Bashiri. Good morning, Antonio. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Director. Mata Academy na Mamukono. Yes. Abe mukono ndoza muri ensomero muri tegedde okutwala abaana. Bona abaana mbatwale ku Matha Academy. I hope you guys are doing well. Today is Question Friday. Aban, go sit in your place. So we ask any question and every question, and the people here will answer our questions, and the answers I'm sure will be satisfactory because, well, two heads are better than one, and here you don't have just two heads. You have many heads thinking with us. Look at it, Mukaraba, the streets. Good morning, Maximian. Maximian. We're gonna quarter Emma Murisu. Hello, Arthur. If I have my Eka 14 ma, now super custom Jebatunda. That amount and Toyota Wish, okay, I can't the same price, but I travel a lot of long journeys. Super custom, leave it alone, Kismat. Leave the super custom 14 million. You want to buy problems. 14 million with super custom will be problem after problem. You buy a Wish. You can't compare super custom to a Wish. Of course, yes. For someone that just wants a car that is comfortable, even when they drive it once a week, it's okay. But if you're going to be traveling alone, the Wish will definitely be better. Though with the Wish, even with the Wish, you have to choose what do you want. Because I've seen in my experience that a Wish at 14 million can't have everything. So since you travel a lot, make sure the gearbox and engine are okay. Toyota Camry is basically the same as the Mark II. The Camry and the Mark II are the same. The first generation of the Camry had the 3S engine, but the Camrys that came after that, they have the Beams 2000 engine. Most of them, at least. So the maintenance of the Camry will be the same as the Mark II. So it's just that the Camry is much more comfortable than the Mark II, by the way. It's huger. It has much more space in the cabin as well, which but everything else is the same. Good morning, Innocent. How are you today? Good morning, Katobi Elima. How about how can you beat the competitors? How you can beat competitors? What do you mean beating competitors? What do you mean beating competitors? Mr. Eremia, what do you mean? Good morning, Alan. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Question Friday, people. Podcast is coming soon. And I'm excited about the lineup of people that I want to host. The conversations will really be nice, and yeah, it will be a much more calmer environment. Of course, our broadcast will stay. We'll at least have like a podcast a week, and those podcasts will be very good learning programs for us, because we'll have so many people that will come and they'll have a lot of experience that they'll share with us. Good morning, Funny Lifestyle. Saki Smart is asking which year is good for the Wish. 2006, all of them are good. It just depends on your budget. How do you do digital marketing for a university? Well, digital marketing for all businesses is literally the same. If you're using the same channels, it's the same. It's the tactics that change, it's the material that changes, but it's literally the same thing. You just have to know what you want to achieve with your digital marketing. Some people use digital marketing to simply create awareness. Other people simply do digital marketing to make sales. Some people use digital marketing to attract people, to get leads, either through a website or through the online forms of those digital marketing channels themselves. And some people just use digital marketing to sizzle, and to sizzle is simply to create a vibe. You see MTN and Airtel, they don't want anything to do with getting customers via social media. So what the MTNs and Airtels of the world and the Coca-Colas do with social media is to serve and sizzle. So serve is making sure that your customers are served and they are happy, and to sizzle is to simply create vibe. They cannot do without you, and that's what these big companies are doing. But that's the marketing question I'm going to answer very briefly, because we have a day dedicated to marketing. So on those days dedicated to marketing, I'll cease answering questions about cars and stick to marketing. And then on Question Friday, we can answer every other question. But the marketing questions will be answered briefly, because, well, we have a dedicated day for that, right? So, sorry. Kosa Chifudu, I sold it. Wajitunze, ha! Simon Rock, what is a Moroka Chikati? This week moved fast. Yeah, the week moved fast. I realized yesterday I was saying I'll do this on Friday, not realizing that Friday was tomorrow. What question? She just says I don't even remember. Yeah, the week is, the more you grow up, the shorter the weeks become, and I think it simply has to do with the fact that as we grow up, we have more work to do, and the more work you have, the shorter your days, and the shorter your days, definitely the shorter your weeks. Good morning, Mark. Good morning. Hey, waguze Camry yeri miyo English. Simon Rock. Does it have a beams? Obedi mao engineer Fedia EFI. Yeah, Mark BZ, I'll come and review that, Alex. When I get some time. And I see the number, you should WhatsApp me, and I get it, and I come and review that car, Alex. Weeks move fast because to visit, definitely. Now katono mutabani wange abani taina byagama anti weekend. He asks for something and you tell him in the evening, and he feels like it's going to be forever. When I think the more you grow, the shorter your weeks become. You have a lot of things to do. Yeah, before you know it is Friday, because I remember just yesterday it was Monday. Now it's Friday. Tomorrow is going to be Saturday, and before you know it, it will be Monday. Just again. When you are busy, days seem to pass by so fast, but idle at home, the day will seem like forever. Definitely. So you a number plate cutting me. I don't know engines. Tell me what engine. And normally you'll check the VVTi, the Beams 2000 has a plastic cover that says Beams 2000 on top. Kati. But that camera, it's possible that it has beams. It's very ordinary AFI. By Julia Comfort Jerimu is a more occasion Toyota Ziakore is a Zibakoranga Comfort. Mark II, Chesa, Camry, Crown. Of course, the Crown is the king of all, but the Camry is very comfortable. Thank you for upgrading how to gain that together to cooler. And I was going to go to magnetics. Good morning, Brian. I hope you're doing well as well. This day, Omanyika Stovera Kastovera mulamu bulungi nga tolina wakuluma ekyo kyebalizanga Mukama. If you are alive, no, you have no body part that hurts. You need to thank God. There are so many people that have the Beams 2000 is a VVTi engine that is in the Mark II Grand. What are Beams? Benjamin B. The Beams 2000 is the name of the engine. We were busy in school, but days couldn't move because life was boring there. But now life cannot be boring because, well, even if it bores, you're busy. Kapitiza kali masa ako mukalaba kambulembe nnyo naye bw'oba ogula 13 oba 15 Uraka cc lukumi pocket kano. You look at that body and think about that body being carried by a 1000 cc engine. Which again, it will not be a very good thing. But you buy one that is 1300 cc or 1500. My week always feels like 3 days. Yeah. Good morning, JK. Increase your voice, please. Okay. Is my voice increased? I'm thinking it is. So comfortable. It gives pride. Yeah. After started sisi meka. Since started and what was 1500, 1300. Hey. There's 1300 and 1500 for started. JK, very soon it's going to feel like 24 hours. I know. Marketing, give me techniques how to beat the competition in business. Kato Erima, Tuesday is Market Tuesday. You have to be on the Tuesday live broadcast to learn all you need to learn about marketing. Tuesday marketing. Right now, if I start teaching marketing, I'll divert from the core goal of this broadcast, which is asking all questions. So all questions to Zidamu, but marketing is dedicated for marketing. It would not be fair when zero kusomesa marketing. But I'm going to give you a few tips. Which business are you in? Join the mega class. Welcome, bro. Welcome. Webale kujja. Whatever bana ba boda. Babanga oli avugane wanu wengali confident. Ate oli avuze wanu musajja mukulu neema. But you guys, when they made this Waise road wider and they put traffic lights, they helped us. Because now the jam is not as much as it used to be. There's a time when just talking about Waise, people would know you're going to be there for 4 hours. But these days, mwana una vakusomero baba suitcase agireseyo. Ebitaba birese kupatagala kusoma mu holiday. Mulabi abana bawumudde kati oyo mukubalalu era bwe babera mu class abanamba 25 3 oyo baba akoze nnyo sibe bajjeke bajjeke baba ne suitcase y'ebitabo kusomero every time osobola okugenda okusoma twabirikangayo nga ne wakati olina kyamagezi kyogenda kukola enga n'okusoma toyagala twalifunye ku grades ennungi ndengera omwana ali mu kyenda kyokka speed limit 7. Yes, peace Joseph. Tell me about CC versus fuel consumption because mine is CC 2000. Now, nze bimanyi ne layman's language jeka jagezako tunyonyola ye engineer one. CC 2000 a liter will take you for about 7 to 8 kilometers. Every liter of fuel will take you about 7 to 8 kilometers. Mine is 1500 a liter, can take me up to 15 to 16. Now the dynamics, yours can take you up to 10 kilometers, but it depends on how heavy your foot is. Also it depends on what kind of fuel you take. Also it depends on what condition your air cleaner and plugs are. It also depends on what size of tires you have. You have the recommended size. It also depends on what load you have. If you're a heavy person, that's why they tell you lose weight. Kati faba weuka ile moroko yinzo sange moroka yange yati nyonyo mafuta na family yange tufenda tuzitowa nze muzito mu family yange ina kilo 7 kusa abadde ko bonna bali mu 5 10 abani alabika ina ka 15 abani ina kilo 20 kati ago gata kuzange ensanvu zekyenda muzizo ate takata ingile kilo 10 kati fena my family bwojigatagata tetuweza kilo 2 kiteze moroka teinza kunywa mafuta, but sometimes you can find people nga you are alone the driver you're 97, then your wife is 120. Then you have one of the kids is 35. The other is 60. Even if you bought a very fuel efficient car, it will consume fuel. You buy a Vitz 1.3 and it consumes like a Mark II. And then you start fixing the car thinking it has something wrong. Your family is heavy. So there are so many things that influence the fuel consumption of a car. And the sooner we run, the better. Yeah, but it's 2000cc car. All factors constant should take you for at least 10 kilometers. Which take then a 1.8 should take you about 12. Then mine should ideally be taking me 18 to 20 kilometers per liter. But it can't because my engine is not that healthy. Also, the potholes in Kampala influence our fuel consumption. Also, the hills. Those things are too comfortable. But when they start dying, that's when you know that they are evil. But they are comfortable, more comfortable than even the cow does. Your device has refined the sound phase. After Uganda, but what duplicate. You guys have iPhone originals, for us we get China. Not originals. We are second class. Good morning, Abby. Thank you for the links. I saw them. I'm going to check those things out. Daniel Ranga, good morning, the formatic guy. Yeah. Mananga, you people, JK has reminded you to like the broadcast. Like the broadcast. And keep the questions coming. And remember, today we ask questions about anything. Anything. So remember Daniel Ranga recently changed from a VW to Rage to a Mercedes-Benz Formatic. You can ask him his experience about both cars and he will answer. Kati mwabaga rovuga Benz, nabaga rovuga Volkswagen. He could tell us what he thinks. And Daniel Ranga, maybe I will also host you on my podcast when my studio is finally complete. Ojo to experience you. Benz, you have driven it for some time. So then you'll actually have had both experiences and then you'll tell us what it is, what the difference is with both cars. Because people that drive those cars normally just tell us German is German. And I know those cars definitely have differences. It can't just be German. Japan is not simply Japan. Because Honda and Toyota are the same cars. But of course Honda, globally they are saying Honda is a very reliable car. It's definitely reliable, but then the maintenance makes it unreliable in Uganda, because if I can't find spare, like I did a video on TikTok where I was talking about Canter and Isuzu, and I was telling people the Isuzu Elf is easier to maintain, but people are telling me the Canter is easier to maintain. There are aspects that make something easier to maintain. If you don't have to maintain something, it doesn't die, then it's easier to maintain than the one that dies. You get it? So the Isuzu Elf far. So it makes it easier to maintain in that aspect, that it's not going to break down as often as the Canter. So it makes it easier to maintain. But people sometimes don't understand the aspect when I'm discussing stuff. So I have to do counter videos trying to explain to people what it means. My Corolla is easier to maintain because it doesn't break down. Like I had a CV joint in Ganfu, and I've driven that CV joint for like a month, and I started saying CV joint in Jakuvayo. So the other time I was parking at Bad Valley, CV joint in Evaye done. But I had known it would. It even helped me to the office. Otherwise, yari video kubwe. Kati ene moroke young, see a moroke far. And again, and actually that CV joint my mechanic young but to take a CV joint. Bipia, Taiwan, Nempakana, na Taiwan ya fabu bibaba. Whoa. Chinecha Japan, echa Japan osobola okubeera nakyo nekimeketa n'emyezi omukaaga sijjo, naye CV joint ya Taiwan yamekesa omwezi gumu nekutukayo kudu yugo. naye kutukayo omulundi gumu. Simon Rock, okay. Benjamin B is asking what year is your Camry? I also used to leave the suitcase at school at a teacher's. Hey, gwe n'omusomesa amulengana naye jekki. Oleka walina prefect. Uyo musomesa yakubbiranga n'akalu. Morning Arthur. Webale ku tubuusanga ku some cars Pajero IO Rawum old model, but boss, I have painfully saved my 8 million. Which car can I buy and don't regret? Ipsam. A motor cars are bay, you people. So yesterday, I'm going to tell you the story of the raffle we put yesterday. A motor cars are bay. A motor cars are bay. A saw when a million munana zigura ipsam. A million munana zigura chi ipsam. A million munana zigura ipsam. Of course, a sort of like a Vitz, but the Vitz you would get at 8 million will be a 1000 cc and it won't be in very good condition. So I would actually recommend, if you want to buy a very healthy car, ngasi ipsam, make 10 million and buy a Vitz. Of course, 10 million, there are chances that you can get there are chances that you can get other cars. Let me think. You can probably get a Vista. It is the same thing I was telling you the other time. You can get a Vista, you can get a Vitz. Those are the cars that are in that price. Which take it. Now I'm looking at reliable cars, because there are cars you can get at 8 million, but they will not be reliable. Which take it. Or there are cars that you can probably get, but they will disturb you. 8 million, you can get a Mark II Musota. You can also get a Mark II Grand. Yes, you can get a Mark II Musota, and that one will be good. And you can get a Mark II Grand. What other car do I think about? You can get a Mark II, you can get a Vista, you can get a Vitz. I think you should look at those three, because those are VVTI. Vista, so I would recommend you look at a Mark II only if you don't live in a place where it's very slippery. The Mark II will definitely work for you. That's one of the one healthy car you will get at 8 million. You can even probably get it even at 7 Musotai. But in that as a vehicle, other cars you would have to actually increase your budget. Increase your budget a little. Kati bayinza omulaba ne batutya owaddabo kabini ne batya omugamba ne balowooza ffe tukoze eki, ffe tukalinnye naye ne beerabira nti ffe twayigira mu taxi kati tumanye emmotoka osobora okadda n'emiso oyingira layini naye kati ndi mu maaso g'emmotoka 3 ezimuli mu maaso baawulira atya mu lindo z'empisa embizi mu linnyo. Is it my network? It must be your network, Martha. So plug and air cleaner matter a lot with fuel consumption. They do. But even tire size, okay? You don't put big tires on a small car, which was meant for small tires, and you think that fuel consumption will be the same. You get, so you don't buy a Vitz and put size 15-inch. Put 15-inch tires on it and expect it to consume the same as when you have 14-inch tires. You get it? So normally I would recommend that when you buy a car, try as much as possible to maintain the recommended size tire size. Otherwise ogenda kubeera n'emmotoka ng'ekunywa amafuta naye nga naawe onoonya lwaki enywa amafuta nga tokola ki nga tokitegeera. So maintain the tire size. Make sure you buy the right plugs. If you buy a Toyota, go with your copy of your logbook to Toyota Uganda and tell them I want plugs for this car. They'll give you plugs. Ate siba bay. Nze ngula plugs zange zemuluka yange teziwera na mitwalo 7. I buy them for about 68,520 shillings. Yes, that's how much I pay. I pay using Visa. So if you're driving a Nissan, go to a Nissan dealer, authorized dealer. If you're driving a Kia, go to the Kia dealer. If you're driving a Subaru, definitely go to Kampala Motors. You get, and that's how you get the right plugs for your car. The air cleaner, Toyota Uganda, use of Tasora Jiguda. You I change my air cleaner every like 2 to 3 months. If I go to Toyota Uganda, thank you. Is this mine?
Yes.
back the small bottle. I was getting used to the big one.
Babe, where's the bottle, the big one?
I put it in the car somewhere there. Tell him. I remember go home.
I'll find it, babe. That's how I get this thing.
So get the recommended plugs for that engine. You see at Toyota, why I'm telling you to go with your copy of your logbook is because that guy looks at the chassis number and then they give you the recommended plugs for that chassis. Kati, if you change the engine and put a different engine, then definitely just tell him the engine number that needs the plugs, and yeah. Maybe tell kusaba chassis number. Good morning, Arthur. What are your Toyota Kluger? Yeah. Twajifunako, there is someone that I helped buy a car and we found a Kluger with 2.0. That's like the only one. That's the only one I've seen so far. The others are 2.4. Positive inzo mukubya ntu mugamba agiguze no mu sente ngazisuka mukko. Is the only one I've seen before. JK 107 kgs. Kati gwe motoka ejja kunywa amafuta bayagala oba toyagala. Kati gwe byogule motoka eziri fuel efficient vehicle. Just buy a car, feel at peace. You alone, now add your woman. I'm thinking your woman is about 90. Kati mwe bantu babiri mweka mwina kilo 2. Ate no mwana gwe mugendo zala mujja muzala agendo weze myaka inanga alina kilo 35. Kati awo. Nsaba kundowooza yo singa mba nina obukadde 15 naye nga njagala Corolla eyo nga namu bulungi kyokka ne tugisanga bukadde 22 nga waliwo Mark II Grand eri ku bukadde 17 naye nga nnungi. Bashir, then you buy the Mark II Grand because it's what you can afford. But then the Mark II Grand at 17 would be a little expensive. Mpozinga ate mpya nyo. Mark II Grand tulazi tususa milioni 15. Ate na 15 inakuba mpya nyo because it's in a way I find that it's not worth it. It's worth it if you really want the car, but personally I would not buy a Mark II Grand more than 15. The 15 zenyini nazo ndaba mama. Ndaba nyingi. But anyway, it depends on what you want. Corolla nge yangu ojagaza achi. Omanyi, this I normally tell you it's not a very good thing for you to be very rigid with the car you want to buy. Be rigid about the things you want to use the car for. Let's say I want to use the car for commuting. Be rigid about that. And then get a car that is best for commuting, which means fuel consumption, the number of seats and all that. But don't be rigid about the car you want to buy. Because if you decide to be rigid, or over rigid on something that might not work for you. Martha, tell Damari which car she won't regret. It's Ipsam. Mazda is very reliable brand here. Tumuvuga mpya JK. You guys drive 0 mileage. Ate emoroka etandikidde ku 0 mileage wane waffe bameka bavuga 0 mileage. Kitegeeza ne moroka gyogula ku muntu naye yagigula nkadde nga ne yagigula ko ya muvuga 0 mileage. That's why the Mazdas have, because emoroka empye nefadde. Nefadde. Olaba tugula masimu makadde ne galwawo kati westimu empya. Good morning, Arthur. What you chizemu? I was a speaker at school council. Those olaba JK. You live the privileged life at school. That means that I take 6 million zange za Ipsam sizunga. Neda Ipsam osobola kufuna million mukaga. Nete jaba mpomu. There is someone that did the butter with our car. Remember I told you we bought a Spacio with my mechanic, and one of my followers gwe twaguza Ipsam sometime back. Nakola butter natwala the Spacio. He was here, Dennis. So that Ipsam is there, but it's not 6 million even it. It's not. It's 8 million, I think. But I'm thinking you guys can bargain when you come to the car. So it belonged to one of our followers here. So now he bought a Spacio. So you can come and look at that Ipsam and see what deal you can get. Imagine the cost when they limit importation of cars to about 8 years like Kenya. Omwana omu tata etadajja era abavu govubo manyo no bamwavu myaka ejijja gula yeshi motoka kyo kitereki kubanga tujja tuka katemula banti is Corolla yange I want 15 million and you have to talk to me nicely for me to give it to you at 15. You wait when they limit to 8 years. I will be wanting 25. Yes, and don't take it for joking.
You ask for 25 and look at
25 nentunula neri ngoina kwogera nange bulungi. Martha zali nye.
15 years.
What?
15 years.
What about 15 years?
Are you going to be like 15 years?
Me, I'm not 15, I'm older than 15 years.
No, older than you.
Baguma bambi, naye baguma 6 me osobola ofuna nite jja kuba mpoomu. Imagine, Martha agambe, sorry baguma kati bayi kibina. Yo kibina osobola okufuna bulungi nnyo. Ate kibina y'omukagere ejja beeyimiridde bulungi. Martha gye mbadde nayo kibina but ndowooza gye mba nziramu okufuna. Wait. Switch it off. Now. Don't play with things that are not yours, okay? Vanguard and Kauno both interest me a little bit. Me, I'll bet you don't like the Vanguard. The Vanguard is expensive. For what? Buy Kaundo Vanguard, Jason. The Vanguard is even rugged. It looks over how. Chinyumira bulungi. Naye goyinza oba chikunyumira. As I'm now marked to Ipsam. Ipsam is not worth it. Martha, why is analysis, baba? Not Ipsam, we call a school van, but although you said you're not going to be doing the school van, you're going to contract someone. So, Mark 2 director, I ingre Mark 2 grand che. Ho. Nga director che cho. Umusoro gwa kamure gwa mweka. Mwamtwalira musanvu ngenda. My woman is 90. Mwatu nerondo jakutia. Taziweza anegwe 107 kg otekwa kuba muwanvu kuba boba mumpi ojja kufa pressure. Wakati bobo ina 107 kg ngoli 6 feet oba 6.5 baba omutima ogumenya. Arthur, how much do you work and your WhatsApp number, then we start looking for a good visitor. Me, I charge 400,000 for pre-purchase inspection. Take it up 400,000 for pre-purchase inspection. That is limited to 2 days. So that's why in the morning I tell you, limit your strictness to use of a car. Then we discuss and see which car you can get in your budget. Because tuyinza otambula makatale nga visitors onazo nambi nga mweziri na ngambi. Then we go back and say, okay, what do you want to use the car for? And then we look at the options that are available. Because normally I want you guys to buy VVTi engine cars. But if you cannot afford a VVTi engine car, then you can look elsewhere. My number is in the description of the channel. You can find it there. Baguma, the problem with Chibina is very old. Very soon you won't get it spare. Martha. Only we know get rubber engineer, rubber mechanical engineer, and JK. I want to make a washing bay in Entebbe. Apparently, I'm looking for a well strategic land. I was a Simani JKC Entebbe. Guys who lives in Entebbe to help direct Farouk where they can put their washing bay in Entebbe. For me, I'll start with Toyota Succeed. It's also a good choice. But Succeed and Probox, my people, a used one on Ugandan roads. It's like people that buy those Succeeds and Proboxes. It's like they think they have bought lorries. Banange, they load those cars. They drive them poorly. So if you're starting with the Succeed and you can you can get a budget for the bond, go to the bond. Others, also do you consider the trim levels when buying used cars? I find it hard to tell the standards models from the sport, the luxury. Donate what?
Money.
My son is donating money. Me, I've never donated. You need to donate how much?
2 for his attire, 2 for just
Why is he donating? To allow him to put on this uniform, these clothes. Why didn't he put on anything? Our kids are now donating money. Me, I don't donate, but my child is going to donate money. This is for your donation.
Thank you, Daddy.
You're welcome. Go donate. I'm very proud. Carry. Guys, I'm very proud. My son has learned to donate. I want to start donating. No, but I've donated before in church. I don't know if the church donations count. You know, it was muchibo. Wafemba Catholic, they ask for money for everything. So I've donated. Of course, still it's Urban that takes the money. This time, Urban takes the money. What do you mean trim levels? Benjamin B. Ebintu byaffe Kampala tubikuuma very simple. Oyagala SUV, oyagala sedan, oyagala stage. Toseka. Kati oluzungu ono olungi tutawanya butawanya.
Ngambye trim levels endowooza nviiri.
Ndowooza owulira kati onalowooza bya nviiri okutriminga enviiri. Of course I know what trim levels mean if I read it. Ntera okubisomako. Naye obwongo bwange tebukwata bintu ebyo kati. Tebitutwala nnyo mu maaso. Kati trim level SUV, I'm thinking that's what you mean. When we are looking for cars, definitely we think about what the person buying wants. So muntu ayinza okujanga ayagala SUV, then we consider what SUVs can we get. Oli wajanga ayagala saloon, then we consider what saloon cars can we get in your budget. Then wajanga ayagala estate. Clutch yange wajimalako. Mujulira bwentawanya kati. Kasita nyina spare just kati obudde obusumulula. Kuba kitwala obudde. Kusula gearbox eri. Albert is as well as Jake Mvako. Kategora cyo bikozese bigambo ebizibu.
Changa mubera awe.
Tuli mukoti back and forth to yiga luzungu.
Nakwo kigawaje mutatege.
Ate na maana akinso mesa. Katulaki twakoze so mesa
kwa definition for tabu.
Ni clash bana kichusa. Masa emotoka angula yako evugamu ku Sunday because the rest of the days imbeera mu motoka ya mulimu. Kati awulinda ko usoko kunganya sente okule bulungi motoka eyo mulimu na tokula kibina jireke. Giro kunganya akasente. You collect more money and buy a car like ngeye tuyitake yo milioni 3. Engombo julidde.
Wagone abaka muntu toyagala.
By the way, JK, one thing I've made sure to do, kawundo njinako engombe. Engombe je nyina mu Corolla yange ya kawundo.
So kubene bei ya
mwe mumanye oba ogula kawundo milioni 4, zinagula Corolla yange ya 5 engisaka engombe ya kawundo. Ebintu ebimbi nakuba mpo mutwalo gwa. Kawundo njinako ngombe. Anange bwenda ba Martha Baguma doesn't need a car. Center ajidazi zirundamu enkoko. Brian is saying, Martha, go to sa info. Mpanjagala mutwalo. Martha to sa info. Nyo. I know someone who drove a succeed once. Na ye moroka yasomba ku nsawo zama. Exactly. Bazivuga bazitika nnyo. Bazikozesa emirimu mingi. After let the kid donate. It's more blessed to give than to receive. It's somewhere in the book of Acts. I know, Proverbs 11:24. But me, I give in other ways. I don't donate, but I give in other ways. I make sure other people also get money. Banga, I know people that donate in church na yenga bakozi tebaba sasula. So, me, I give in other ways. Awongo gula Baguma. Antonio, you'll buy a car when you really need one. Obundazi bwa satu sumbusa zabbi. Nenyongeza. Mami. Enyongeza nga siwudengo ojogera mpunda ogamba bun. Kale. After Toyota Crown is a sedan and the trim levels are Majesta, Crown, Royal Saloon. Chinono kati ochinsomeseza. We don't consider those. We buy what is available. Owide jeke ani yakibuuziza ekyo kati trim levels kati awo kamuddemu nga ndaba. We consider trim levels if they are available. If they are not available, we buy what is available at our budget.
At the trim levels.
Eh? No, at the budget that we have. Because you will come with also, it's not that like all the trim levels are available in Uganda. In Uganda, the available trim levels are what the traders bring. If the traders don't bring that trim level, for example, trim level no HMV zili kwatagana. Ndikuba kusaze marine, ndikuba kusaze French cars, chechimu. Trim levels because trim level.
At a level.
Exactly. A level of luxury. Okitegeera? Checho. Every time you common sense kati. Kati mwai tugambye bugambe nti nno mugomba mugule motoka mukonsidinga the level of luxury.
Level of luxury kati.
Oba the level of extras.
Kati 10.
Nene yange. Zonna 10.
Zonna 10.
Zonna 10. Ne yange yanjawulo yange 10 NZ 121
anti kati iyo ndala ngamba motoka kati 10 n'ekiyenje
wate tompadde nyongeza
ate serika serika
serika tete ba 10
ate ndada mngamba muba mu trim levels monti weba crown Majesta
kale nyawo
osegeera
Majesta simanya azogeddawo Majesta Royal Saloon athlete kati ne mark tuna mu mulimuzi waliwo eri mark tumusota nenga bagiyita grand bata mulabo tuyiga oluzungu fe katwandu tuzi actually jeke noli yambuza badani eri nyabala indira bidde ani akibuze cha trim levels nizo mutachiraba but nyinza fe wetu bye tuita trim levels erinya liri simple yo super si super gochimazi Jeko kitegedde ndowooza mukitegedde ffe kye tuyita trim levels ako ka super kalisi ka super ebya gine x bireke super si super nga primo ordinary ne primo super kati ffe trim level yaffe Kampala super si super tara liri kiriya tara itali kiriya otegeera mu lulimi lwaffe olwawa ne Kampala
mu Isuzu waliwo taalemu
taalanya kati taalanya ye trim level ki
anti kati taalanya
super
yeba super eri gundi ordinary taalemu
mukiwulidde bannange Kampala wano bwe tubiyita kati ebya trim level baluzungu lungi nnyo leero ojja n'oyogera trim level zo wano ne bloka nga takiwuliranga nako
n'omusobolenzi ogamba me just about that
kakati mwe kyemba mmanya super si super komaawo era kati olaba ne mu zino primo new model twina sea light kati trim level yanjawulo kwedi primo new model yasooka sea light babi wano tubiwa amanya agaffe zigizaga primo eya zigizaga okitegeera era kati primo ya zigizaga ye sea light era we bajawula nti bwosaka primo bamanya okuzigira ne badira primetali ya sea light ne bagiteekako sea light emabega kati wano ojawira wano kuzigizaga wano gia river teba ya zigizaga ndoza tukwataganye bagayi bange if you are trim level tuzinto ebintu bya Uganda they are totally different from English kati eri vitizi yali waliwo vits nomo ne RS mukiraba ne clavia okitegeera kati clavia eba Bungereza ne mu RAV4 mulimu ze tusanga nga Bungereza. Yesterday when we were buying we were looking for the RAV4 we saw the RAV4 Bungereza era nga tukimanyi RAV4 ya Bungereza spare atalabika era obera nayo n'obona okitegeera because the spare doesn't look Maguma. You can rent a car for the weekends only. Master to information. Whoa. And I think Antonio, you can be investing that car money somewhere. Kateke moves, there are these insurance. UAP has something, where you can save your money for a specific period and gives you interest. Katojiro zile saving. Was it target or not? By the way, you can get your money. Karezo million is Mokago zilaba Antonio. Bako was the telekazi kolida amago. So that is a million mukaga ne bwezi kolera $1 million at the time wakalimu bakaweddewo which I doubt okitegeera awo ng'omanya owezezza musanvu. Good morning Arthur. Trim levels in vehicles all goes with the tech, comfort, interior, leather, kati anti vyotuita super ordinary kati olaba that spatio in front of us the spatio erimu olusupa. The real super is the other one with the round rear lights. Kati fe tutuleko luzungu lungi namu mutulekeye super ordinary era omuntu bwajjanga ayagala kugula katugeze kapaso kajja kati paso ordinary. There is a paso which is super. Okitegeera. Of course there are those cars where the trim levels have been known, like the Nuwa, there is the Field Tourer, there is the Aero Tourer, you get eh? Izo zo amanya gazo gali clear because bagawandikako nene mabegoba wano mu site. But this Pasio, for example, they don't write those names. So kati nga tujiyita ordinary. Eri nga tujiyita super. Okitegeera. At the sentence kunganya na but sigwa abo bigendo saving is taken where you can't access. Very soon Martha will be doing pre-purchase inspection. Very good student. Martha aiga baba. Martha aiga. Trim level is different versions of the same car. Exactly, that is just super ordinary. There is basic, extra and added features, sport or performance, luxury for comfort, but they tend to look alike. Katanti ordinary super sport, ordinary super sport, ordinary super sport. Arthur, is it possible to change the size of rim from 14 to 15? Definitely yes, it's very possible. Although it will increase the fuel consumption for some, it will increase the fuel consumption somehow. Even me, my mechanic has been telling me to put 15-inch tires. I want to put because they will make my car look better. It will even be raised a little. Okitegeera ate kati amanyi nagula sport rim eza 15 ntekeko empira gidi nga jakabenje nga mugisanga Corolla mugambo bono gayi Corolla maka tunga tekitegeereka. Good morning Earth and Car Lovers. Good morning Council. Succeed gende Kenya kirabika bazikubamu n'ebikuubo ne ku kiboko every morning bazivuga bubi nnyonnyonnyo. Good morning Pasco. Brian, I'm in the know because of this channel. Don't joke with teacher Arthur. Nenyongeza banange. Nyongeza, by the way, nyongeza kati zine empya nungi nyongeza at 30 million. Una in good condition situation. Why? Irando zabutamanya abantu just baba 30 million you can get elf. Isuzu elf in good condition which will do much more work. Kaichiguza akayongeza chipachi. Arthur, do you give tips when you buy Hondas? Car drivers have to tip. Hondas ate balina okuntipinga towidenga asabe nyongeza. Nyongeza eba tip nsobora okukomanga omuntu agule 5. Sebonze Hondas nesumbusa bya 15 murundi gumu. Oyo ayaba customer nga wanjawulo abara bagula 5. So actually in Uganda the tips are otherwise. The buyer doesn't tip, the seller tips. Banange bitu bya Uganda bidi different nnyo. Omuntu akugula kugwa omutipinga si ya kutipinga. In Uganda we have standard, our own standards. Mark 2 mulimu Grand ne Cresta. Ate Cresta si Mark 2. Cresta. Ne Mark 2. Mu Mark 2 mulimu trim ezaazo. Kati mu Mark 2 mulimu je bayita super era bw'ogituula mu ebayanja wulo. Yo ejjudde Famaiko okusinga. Era ne wano kugia liver. Famaika bwawo wanjawulo. Actually mu super ne ordinary. Cresta ndala nnyo. Your thoughts on Subaru 1.5 as a first car? It's a very good thing at 13 million. Inspect it as a lot. Because nabavuka bavuga Subaru nabo tebatera vuga bulungi nnyo. Inspect it, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. Subarus are reliable, by the way, you guys. Makuba, it's grand and Sota. Musota mulimu Mark 2 ezenjawulo, mulimu trim levels ezenjawulo. Ne musota mulimu ezenjawulo. Then ne Mark 2 grand namo mulimu ezo trims ezo kati batanzo zita trim. Mutanzo okutubuzabuza kati naffe tugenda okwogera oluzungu. Today is a public holiday in Denmark. It's Ascension Day. Jesus is ascending. But you guys, Denmark is a pagan country. Then why are you recognizing Jesus' public holidays? Yeah? For me, I laughed when I had Toyota Kawesa, the Prado, like which Kawesa was killed in. But it was Kawesa even before Kawesa died, because Kawesa was driving it. Penkoni indala. Kwekafe tuina amanya agafe wane Uganda, oluzungu twaluvaako. Tusobola okukiyita oluzungu naye nga kiri simple. nze ngenda balaga imotoka gye bayita super manyonyo ne ordinary bwe nalaba super twetaaga tubeka space akalala tulabe. Talk about Toyota Hilux single cabin price, but in second mwana it's good for farm use. Give me, why are you buying a single cabin when you can buy a double cabin? Those cars are going to be the same price range, by the way. The people that are selling Hilux, they are not selling the cabins, they are selling the pickup, durability and brand. So you can buy a Hilux double cabin even at 25 million. Just don't be picky about number plates. Which take it. When we were buying the other double cabin at 50 million, there is a double cabin we saw at 35. It was in AW, but it was also very nice. Very nice. Which take it. And also single cabins, the reason Rachiba said that because Tezila became new. So they are selling to you a tray because the tray is longer. But you can load the double cabin tray as much. Which take it. Yet the double cabin can also work as a mic. Kati mulja neyo te sedan fe tujiita maike Kampala. Nyabana bennaku zino bakulu bakubasobola balaga naye omwana wuno aleka ali mu senior 6 nyenze bwe yenkana nali mu nebirevu nali mu university second year lockdown kye yatukola abaana balina kuba bafumbu naye bali mu senior 4. So don't buy a single cabin if you can afford to buy a double cabin. They are going to give you, they will cost you the same price, yet it's not single cabin. Why are you buying a single cabin? The double cabin can do be multi-purpose. So just buy a double cabin. Martha, what do you want to grand in the Mark Cresta? Cresta is not a Mark II, Antonio. Cresta is a different brand. These guys, Chesa, Cresta is a Moro Kavalinga. They are creating different. They are not Mark IIs. Mpozi, because they are Coronas. Chobogama Mpozi, it's a different trim of a Corona. Because the Mark IIs are Coronas. So Mpozi, it's a different trim of the Corona. Not a different trim of the Mark II. In addition to insurance and unit trust, they are unit trust definitely. You can also invest in treasury bills and bonds, which offer the same level of risk and return, sometimes also higher than bank fixed deposit. Exactly. Bana imu leader, Antonio Guaina sentes ezikumumu ojagala zikulamu mboka jogendo parking 5 days out of a week. You can invest in treasury bills and bonds. But now, I think in this place you guys get better advice than your families. There is a time I had my money and I was asking my auntie where can I invest in treasury bills and bonds, and she told me wetaka sente nyingi nga milioni 10. Which take it was later when I had eaten my money that I learned that you can invest even 1 million. No, so I think having a community of people that you can go and actually ask that are unbiased, they will give you advice in that because bofuna mutaina chafirwa. I think some family members are willing to go bofuna kasent. Yes, zezikendera.
Dai abadde na kasent.
Ayagala babira nako paka. Yeah, master. Ngawe twaina Cressida, Crown and Chesa. But those are different brands. So there can be different trims of the Cressida, different trims of the Chesa and all. Abate Benjamin B. Denmark is a Christian country, mostly non-practitioners, pagans, atheists. Kati hiyo Hilux jemba den kugamba. Ojiraba buy eyo Hilux eri ku ibayinza jiguza milioni nga 2.25. Ukasto jiraba nga namu you buy. It's better than buying a single cabin which tegera. E moroke ejja kusavinga all your life. Abana n'abazukulu bajja jivuga because those Hilux engines they can be rebuilt over and over again. Besides, it's cheaper to the diesel engine than to buy a new one. But for petrol ones, just buy a new engine. You're rebuilding it's cheaper to buy a new engine. Okay, another engine, a healthier engine. Every day I had channel art. JK, and JK go in channel art 17. And even Abana Tabina 17 in our way. JK, these kids sat for 2 years. kitegeeza kati saawa eno omwana ali mu senior 4 alina okubanga amaze senior 6 abana 18 ekitono naye ono omwana ye abadde mukulu Jekki tabadde mukulu ye abadde mukulu naawe Jekki oyinza bali mukulu nga just mama teyagamba myaka mituufu chano at 17
sose kulowooza nti oba ina restaurant mwakola
ndowooza olaba abadde nga ambadde uniform ya restaurant naye nga mwana abadde student abadde n'ebitabo ono ye abadde mukulu Jekki naawe but chano at 17 no wonder wali mugezi kitabika obwongo bone omubiri gwo gwali gwakula nga n'obwongo bwakuliramu 17 ffe twali tukyali bato ng'olwo tuli mu kubuuza tufuna tutya ebirevu nga naffe tubyagala naye nga biganye ebirevu nabifuna I think at 20
okyateekako salfasimanya biki
alina full beard at 18 Jekki kati gwe your body matured faster than other body parts probably. Which body parts? The body is the body. Treasure bills are better than investing your money in insurance and fixed deposit accounts. Yeah, they are more secure. The Bank of Uganda won't close. The insurance companies can close. Chiche baita Mark 2 Grand Corner Light. And Mark 2 Grand Corner Light, it has an indicator here in the front. The indicator goes all around the front headlight, the headlamp. That's what they call corner light. At a 2004 model, it's the last Mark II that was produced before the Mark X started, because Mark X started in 2005. You recommend me to buy Ipsum with faulty engine, then I replace with Japan used? Yeah, it depends on how much you're buying it, but it's okay. I bought and redeemed the engine and then sold. So it's okay. Give a broader explanation about treasury bills and those kinds of investment. If you see me, Paulo ne Jekki mujje mutunnyonnyole treasury bills and bonds. Mujje mutunnyonnyole. Now look at Pretty Nicole. She's like a graduate in senior 3. Naye Pretty Nicole batulimba yasoma late. Muntu mukulu. She was old and she was eatable.
Yali mukulu yali mukulu ate nogatamu ne COVID.
Eyo omwana ndoza ensonga lwaki n'omuvubuka tebamusiba. She was already the age that was eatable. Omuvubuka bamwesonyiwa nabo ndowooza baali bakimanyi. Kakazi katukalike basiba. But I never fight for a woman or a man. You fight for someone, you beat another person, they kati awo. Oba oluguddemu ate nnyo. I want to clarify. Yesterday, there is someone that came and said watugana okula rafu ka million. I don't know abantu abambala kabaraba messages zange bazira bakifuula nenge. Emmotoka ze nabagamba it's not worth it buying at 10 million. Nyingi. But I told you it's not worth buying a car that is not VVTi at more than 10 million. But RAV4 was never one of them. Nalimba gambi RAV4 zagwamu ku bei, but I said that last year. But RAV4 esaawa eno okufuna RAV4 ekka wansi wa million 10 nga nnungi. We went to bonds nga tunoonya RAV4 naye baabanga bali abasajja RAV4 ze balinayo. Oba bo bazijja bwembi zityo. That's why I tell you guys, when you're going to buy a car, eyogenda mu bondi mbireke. Obubondi bw'emmotoka enkadde kujjako ng'olinayo omuntu ogwomanyi ng'olina broker gwe weesiga, because there are some good brokers by the way, ng'akubba naye takubba nnyo. Kati ng'olinayo broker woyo atajja kukubba nnyo ng'alina emmoloka ennungi w'amanyi we ziri. You need to get an honest broker that will take you around. Okitegeera. And then you need to also have an independent mind. Nga bw'olaba ekibi osobola okukiga nti bajja kukonvinsinga. There's someone that commented on one of my TikTok videos and he said he went to buy land but he came back owning the car that they went to inspect the rally in. Okitegeera. Kati gwe nga ototegeera kutuuka kweyo level. Nga buloka emmoloka gyakuvugiramu ogenda okulambula ettaka gy'ogula, ettaka n'olivaako. Ye yagenda okugula ettaka emmoloka gye baagenderamu gye yagula. Ettaka terina S, bagenda bamukubaka S. Ne bamugana naye kati ettaka ly'olanga lyawe lwaki tosooka n'ogula emmoloka ettaka n'oliddira. Okitegeera. So those bonds, you need to have a very independent mind for you to buy cars. That we have never bought a car from those bonds, by the way. All the people that have bought cars with us, together, we go to those bonds, but we soon or later find a car that is owned by one individual and we buy that one. And it's always a bargain considering what was being priced at the bonds. There are some good cars in the bonds, but in the bonds, it's better for you to buy a new car. The used ones, it's a great way. And I'm not against the guys that have those bonds, no problem. But we go there, and if we ever find a car that is good enough for the price that we have, we will buy it. But so far, we have not found one. We haven't. I'm looking forward to Marketing Tuesday. Yes, you should come to Marketing Tuesday. It's a very good learning day. Abasajja bakuba ebitalo balengera bakuba ebitalo ate bakuba beekaza tebagala mmanya. Please, let's like the broadcast. Yes, thank you, Brian. Yes, Patrick, it's even better when in interest and coupons are reinvested. They create a wonderful compound effect. Paul, you explain a little more. I have heard people say Ronaldo while referring to a car. While we're Morocco Land Cruiser, Ronaldo. Yeah. It's a trim of those Land Cruisers. You people have to come back home. Ronaldo is a trim of the Land Cruisers. It's a small one. I think it's the one that came before the Kawesa. It's a trim of the Land Cruiser. I don't know why they call it Ronaldo as well. But Ronaldo yajitambulira muku. Amanya ge Uganda bwegajja. Baizo abalako Ronaldo ngajitambulira muku TV ne bagituma Ronaldo ne litambula bwebiti. Kati yakawesa je bamukubiramu amasatu bagiyita kawesa. Then ya Museveni bagiyita mpenkoni. Kati mu mujene trim level za mutandika okugamba bisimanye ne trim level bagiyita X.
Kibina ndoza mulaba.
Kibina temujira be kibina. Kibina ine kibina. Baguma Yesu ayagala abaana abato. I'm looking forward to Marketing Tuesday. Mbuwe eatable. Yeah, she was eatable. Ata omuli side chikati obuzizaga tuli walani kati wano tuli. This is Kololo. Master then Yesu adekemu. Stegedde muvudde naye kale. Usually Paul is explaining treasury bills. He's saying usually treasury bills have short maturity of up to 12 months, while treasury bonds have maturity between 1 to 20 and even more in other countries. Okay? And Paul, let me ask, what is the minimum that someone can invest in treasury bills and bonds? Okay? What is the minimum that someone can invest? Either where do they go to invest? Where will they go to invest? That person who bought the broker's car instead of land was right. Why? Arthur, how much does a small car rented per day and which condition should I give him? Make sure you have an agreement that says if he knocks or scratches, he repairs in your own garage. That's what I'm garage key. He repairs. Okay? But normally, your personal kanga sera kwa garage recommending a rent. Inga kujango ina comprehensive insurance, and even with comprehensive insurance, you need to make it clear that you do rental. Because if you get comprehensive insurance, you do rental and another person gets an accident in that car, the comprehensive insurance company, the insurance company doesn't pay you. So I would recommend if you're going to start renting your car out, go buy comprehensive insurance, but also make it clear to that insurance company that you do car rental. I don't know if I make it clear. So that in case of a fatal accident, you get paid. You don't lose your car. Banabaye ngaba kube bitalo. Nze musiru. Abaye ngaba kube bitala. Treasury bills and bonds is a scheme Bank of Uganda uses to withdraw money in circulation by issuing documents to regulate inflation. That document is equivalent to money if you want to convert. Nila babantu bakube bitala. Tugenda. botabalaba
Actually what things.
ate nowalafuuli agende nowa Nadia nowa Kigege nowa Tulage wuuno agenda kuba ekitaalo. Jeke ndozula nti standards za njawulo kati nange ndisebo ndimu oluzunguzungu nyimiridde ku bitaala. The other thing is that interest on treasury bills paid at the end of the investment, while treasury bonds pay their interest after 6 months. Okay, UAP, it's called Old Mutual. It's actually good. You can access your money after 3-5 years. But UAP has another one, Abdurrahim, where you can invest. You can put your money, but you get it whenever you want it. You don't just get after a certain period of time. Kati bana abantu abamu andaze nti ategeeramu nasala nadde madengera mulagirira kyewunyisa nsanze omuvuzi wa Subaru Impreza amanya emmotoka tebatera kumanya emmotoka
Kati waliwo abavuga gundi abavuga omuliro just kulimyako.
Where is this? Africa? Yeah, this is Africa, people. Brooklyn Head, this is Africa. You don't joke. You will see them. Ipsamba jita karika sona ben. Hey. Me, I invest 2.85 every after 3 months. And what's the interest like? Kuraza police bazita nabakoba. Iranza wengena nanga ngezi ofuna gundi emmotoka yange ngena n'ekifaananyi abayi wakiseka bagiyita nabakoba emmotoka yange. Abdurrahim, what is the interest like? What is the IPSAM like? The minimum is 100,000 to invest. You can visit primary bank dealer like Stanbic, DFC, Stanchart, Absa, etc. and ask them about the treasury investments. Yeah, okay. Madam Muiga. Paul, I need to host you guys for my podcast. This is very good information that people should know. Some people are stuck with their money, and they don't know they can make money out of it. And those are Antonio Tege, the million of Mokanga Tosugura Motoka. First invest that money to give you investment. Kubango ine yomuri. Wewe ise burunji kumuli bale mekugoba. You kiss us as much as you can. Paka sene zo bwe ziwera ziteke mu treasury bills oba mu bonds ziwere million nga 15 bwofuna ngo oyongerayo weza ka sente osobole okugula emmoroka ennungi. I'm saving for a car. I already have a car, but I'm saving for a car and I'm going to buy a new car in 9 years. And at that time, the money I'm saving will have made about 40 something million. I know it won't get a very big car, but 40 million. So I'm saving for a car. In 9 years, I will upgrade and get a new car. Probably then I can buy a car from Toyota Uganda. Kavera. I think I should save in other avenues as well. I'm actually going to enter trading specifically to cater for some of my needs. You know, when I get million, and I've been doing analysis on what business I can enter specifically to get that 35 million and get out. Yeah. Is there anyone that has used that method before? You enter a certain business to fulfill a certain goal, and the moment you fulfill that goal, you either get out of the business or you continue and make the same amount again. It's a goal-based business. Brooklyn. So Brooklyn is an Indian. Interest rate, fixed deposit account, and no Jisirimo bank at Arthur. Me, I've never fixed my money. I use the insurance schemes because insurance chili clear. Gambira save for 9 years, we just for 4 years, we just for. And I've seen people that got money. Was it Chris Da Vinci that told us he saved with a Prudential and he got his money after 5 years? My friend, 200 million in credit back then at a negotiated interest rate of higher. 200 million at 13%. Abafuna million abiri mu meka. Abiri mu mukaga every year. That's good money, by the way. Instead of trying to use that money for risky businesses, Arthur, can 15 million buy a good Alex or Ranex? Yes, you can, but don't be specific about the number. If you find a UAM that is good, drive that one. If you're looking for not number plate, if you're only looking at the number plate, you can get a UPH, a H. It fell, it's UBJ, Gagwachi nga yachama mukatono wait, nengo vugaka number. Oba, you can get na ine ya engine after so that jifunanga nga number nunji, you can't get it. Because an engine for the Ranex will cost probably 2.5 or 3 million, so someone can replace it. Na ye chiko yo soro jifunanga itambulanga ngene nengo vuga UBK ngaba neighbor boba manyi wateeka munnyo nenga kwachi manyi labwe oboji vugo juliranga evuga ekongoje gwenga nyinyo gwaba chimanyi. But you can get a good Alex and Ranex, but don't be specific about number plates. Be specific about the types. Ngatepa kuletera UAK. Asabera Alex nganunji good condition. Gwevuga, because those cars are me I find them. Network had taken me off. I wanted to read polls. Varies from 8 to 14%. Treasury bills, while 12 to 18% on treasury. One of them was bonds, right? That's good money. To take a million, kumi, bampe million yemu, nezi guam. That's not bad money. Per year. That's per year. So if I put my 10 million there, and I save for 10 years, it means I'll get 20 million at the end of 10 years. Are they taxed though, Paul? Do I pay tax on off of that money I get from my treasury bills? I even got a book, not Pandika. Antonio. By the way, Toyota Rush, maker, I see that car in Dubai. Kakozi kamini but sina tegera price. Kabe Rush. Bondi karimu million ndoza 5 kati. Oh, one of the overpriced cars. Basira kachuba. Dubai emirimu gya Dubai sijeja wano tujja wano noyagala okakuloka kozesa special. Kajja kusala special ya wano ziba za njawulo. Oli bwapangisa special ayagala ateekemu ekyalo kyonna. Anti abakuwadde sente ze. So emirimu gya Dubai gya njawulo kujja wano. If you want an SUV that does money, awani yafudde wano bambi wakesisi. If you want an SUV that will do work for you here, you start with the RAV4 budget. Then you go with the Harrier old model. Then you go with the Kuruga Kawundo Sinkozi ya mirimu, Kawundo ya Sape. Then probably you can think about the Vanguard. Go like that. You talk about an overpriced car, and you know, Marvin, Primo is overpriced already. Kati, you have 14 million atota deo commission yagala ya chitala. Yasida iti jogamba. Tosobola tejaba nungi. Mpozi nga ya chigo. Ekyo gamba nti gwamanya nti ya chigo baneiba bayinza obutamanya. Nego omanya nti ya chigo. Njala. Good morning. Oliburu. Amina. Gwamanya nti ya chigo. Na C light jibaye million nga 18 kali. About 18 million. You can get a C light that is in good condition. But 14, you'll get the other Primo, but not the C light. Alianza kumgamba galewo oluji. Anti agalewo oluji. esimu eringa radio call.
Hello, wanji. Nsimbule eno nzija.
This parking space is reserved for me. Okay, so let me read the last bits of the comment. Ekitala tojja gifuna mavingi bayire mini nga 18 19 asa lwaki totandika ka driving school kubanga experience yo girina ayo business si yange sijina mu kisanyi nawe nyine emikisa jange wembalaawo escalade erietya escalade olaba mmeka ku olaba ne ya kamiliyoni teriiko ne ya Bobby teriiko
baye bonna bali mu Toyota
bonna bavuga Toyota asa Mini Cooper leave it alone. Leave the Mini Cooper alone. It has cooling issues, that is gearbox issues, just like all those cars. I know BMW is not German. I think it's English, right? Yes, interest is tax with withholding tax of 20%. Hey! So, I get my 10% and then I pay 20%. Kitegeza bwemfuna 1 million, I pay 200,000 on it. That's too much money. For treasury bonds, withholding tax is 20%. For those maturing in 2 to 10 years, that's a lot of money. But the money kati
10 years.
Karash 30s ofuna ekoze kokali. Because iyo mu bond yali mu million and something last year. Nekateteko kubeera nnyo. Okitegera treasury bonds with maturities of more than 10 years have withholding tax of 10% here in Uganda. Thank you very much, Paul, for educating us. I should have you on one of my podcasts when my studio is complete. Yuma tebinda tuka mu ggwanga biri mu nnyonyi. We njafuna ka text message ngene mbinoneyo and I set it up naro mbidina studio is coming up very soon. Anyway, you guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. Don't forget, I know abantu bazeyinira kubana ebizo byatu kubana abazirina tebazivuga okitegeera. I've not really chameleon ne Bobby bebaina escalade naina bote bachazivuga bavuga Toyota. Because Bobby Wine drives a Land Cruiser, Chameleon drives a Land Cruiser, okitegeera. So emoroka etali ku kubo kizibu gigamba bizibu byazo probably, and I think the biggest problem is spares. Nti spare abawa bei nnyo n'ababadde bagivuga ne bagivaako nga spare abamenya. Okitegeera emoroka za America wano tetunazisobola. True. So don't forget, I do pre-purchase inspection. If you're going to buy a car, I charge only 400,000. I come with a mechanic. Trust me, we get you the best deal. Gwecho chobomanya nti emoroka ngulanga agule yange tugula ku bei yabo subuzi. Antonio, Bashir Mukalazi, Martha, Max Mian, Saki Smart, Simon Rock, Innocent Mugabi, Kato Erimia, Alan Mulindwa, Funny Lifestyle, Benjamin B, Simon Rock, Funny Lifestyle, Mbogi Dimwenda, Businje Mark BZ, Kasuja James Raymond, George Senkubuge, Brian, JK, Cosmas Agaba, Bukenya Abi, Daniel Ranga, Naziwa Damali, Director Matha Academy, Nama Mkono, Joshua Mutabazi, Farouk Serubula, Mr. Kafero, Omulimu Andrew, Edrin Mugirwa, Uthman Sozi, Bane Kanswile, Peace Joseph Kanswile Sina Bwembuse, Alan Mulindo, I said that name already. Council Patrick Asiku wafe Womo East, Paulo webale nnyo okutusomesa olunaku olwaleero, James Raymond nkwogeddeko, Kilali Robert, Brooklyn Head. Where are you from? You're from where? Brooklyn Head. Chris Da Vinci, Marvin Mayambala. Yes, thank you very much. And the guys, Abari Mukamori, I don't take it for granted. Thank you for taking the time to be part of this broadcast. I sell car trackers. I sell alarms, system alarms for cars. Car trackers will cost you between 350 to 450, depending on what the tracker actually does. The biggest difference is that the tracker of 450 has voice. You can call the tracker and hear what the people in the car are saying. The rest of the things, they do all. You can switch off your car remotely using your phone. You can switch off the phone. You can switch off the engine of that car. Camelia in autobiography Range Rover na ya ina Land Cruiser javuga je yakubirako omuntu emigo si eyo Land Cruiser eyo. Yeah. American cars have a funny fuel consumption and big displacement engines, definitely. As I think about bringing Mr. Paulo on your podcast to teach us about treasury bills, definitely I'll bring him. I'm going to have a lot of interesting people. I'm going to try and also invite so many of those people that can help us. Okula na bintu bingi bye tutamanyi okitegeera naddala kati nze nge yakulira eri okitegeera bintu bingi bye mbadde simanyi byenjigidde ku channel eno okitegeera so wadde nammwe muyiga naye ate nange ebintu bingi byenjiga because I'm on this channel. Thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. I'll see you tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. May God bless you. Don't do what you would not want your son or daughter to do. And if you're going to go with someone that you don't trust or someone you don't really know that much, take a car Kavera. Ciao.